Everybody? It's Mr. Drew here to welcome you to another episode of the Glowczewski Experience. This is going to be episode 219. Going to continue this character's portrait art, the long-awaited and overly debated remake of the picture that I've been wanting to do. That's been on my mind for the longest time. Is finally at hand, man. I finally decided I'm just gonna do it, get it over with, and hopefully move on. Whenever I'm not working on it, I think about doing it, and whenever I think about doing it, I'm like, why? So I might as well just take a stab at it, and we'll see, man. Uh, Anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, I'm talking about redoing this picture from scratch, and I'm just gonna take the space below it. So let me adjust the camera and start working in this square here. We'll figure out the whole panda situation later. Let me raise this camera up a bit. There we go. And may need to come down some and rotate it. There we go. So yeah, I'll work down here, and yeah, we'll figure everything out. I'm just gonna draw over all that stuff and kind of leave it in there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna redo it. And last time it took me like 4 hours or so to work on it. I think I may divide this into 2 or 3 videos, depending. Um, like for right now, I'm going to do the pencils. So I got my red pencil ready, and we're gonna just start redrawing this. And I'll get the pencils done in one video, and then very much like I did with this one where I inked it first, I'll go over the pencils with black ink, and then once I'm done with the black ink, then I'll start coloring it, and we should end up with a much different result than what we got here. Um, yeah, man, so that's gonna be it. Uh, and just before I get started, I'm at Mr. Drew on all socials. You can follow, like, and subscribe. Any and all support is appreciated. And yeah, man, let's just get into it, because it's been a while. I got Max Dude in the background. He's trying to figure out a Magneto Infinite on MVC2 for like a couple hours now. So I just got him playing in the background. So that's what you're going to be hearing. There we go.
Oh, Jesus, that's right.
There we go. Already looking better. I mean, as far as like the framing goes and everything, I think I drew everything a little bit too big last time.
okay? Going too fast. And dude, my fucking hand. Okay. You don't need to pause on big characters? Come on, man. I don't know if that works on him.
Alright, are we focused? Are we good? Yeah.
Okay. Alright. We've made a bit of progress, right? We've made a bit of progress. We got some crazy stuff on Sentinel. We were able to do some pretty long loops on Juggernaut. Yeah, Venom was a bit weird. I will say Venom was kind of like an oddball. Now let's try it against normal size characters like I think Capcom, Psych, maybe maybe Psylocke. I don't know. Okay. Right. Doom's a good mid-sized, yeah. Keep it on low. Oh, that actually fucks up if you get a jump in there. How weird. How weird. still works. All right. Some of the month one shit. You know what I'm kind of curious about, chat? I have a morbid curiosity. I want to spread. I got a morbid curiosity that I want to express. Hold on a second. God damn. Hold on a second. I want to see something. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I wanted to see on the Dreamcast version, right? The actual tried and true Dreamcast version. I kind of want to try something on the original version of the game and not like an emulator. I want to see something. Actually, no. This shit isn't popping up here. Hold off on it, chat. Nothing but weird shit going on with the Dreamcast and everything else as of late. Okay. PC Digital is potentially fraud. Yeah, actually fraud. We're trying to get it figured out. Whoa. You come from Sidewalk.
What's up, fly guy? That's a neat dog.
It's actually a lot slower than I thought it was. Actually, a lot slower. Afternoon, thank you for the 5 gift subs, dude. Holy hell. Enjoying the last Airbender. Thank you very much for the $5, man.
Yeah, man, I'm redrawing this one on this stream. I'll probably divide it into 3 streams all night. One to get the pencils down like this, and some shading, and then next time I'll do a whole stream of like inking, since that's like a whole process, and then after that color it in, which hopefully shouldn't take as long.
Shit.
How you been, man?
This. Yeah. That's what I gotta do.
MH Rise? Sweet. Dude, that game looks good.
You know, something like that.
Have you played the one player, or is it just the whatchamacallit?
Wrong one.
The online mode. Because I know they came out with like that story mode version as well. It was all extra anime, looked kind of dope.
That stopped comboing at some point in there, didn't it?
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like a monster battle game. I didn't know that.
I got 3 hypergraph loops in there. Hurt the shit out of my hand, though. My hand fucking hurts now. Jesus, man. Okay. Still can't get these fucking ROM loops, though, on, like, mid-sized characters, right?
Yeah, that's neat.
When you're going for an infinite and air dashing down, don't air dash down right. Air dash straight down. The attack is different attack animation with different priorities. Yeah, okay. So do I want this one or this one? Does it matter? Do I want this one or this one most of the time? Is that like the gimmick? You want down short. Oh.
Oh, nice. Yeah, stories. That was the one I was thinking about.
Ah! Yeah, the top
That's
part
cool,
is
man. I always
obviously
love the Monster Hunter world because
right?
just
This thing?
it's amazing all the armors that you get. Like they create all these monsters and then they create like all these armor kits based off of the monsters and then, you know, they pretty much conceptualize the game around that. Like you pretty much go on forever. But yeah, I like that comparison with like Pokemon and stuff like that. Cause yeah, just like Pokemon monsters, you can go on forever with those. I can only imagine like someone making all sorts of armor classes
There, right? But
based on all the Pokemon out there, you know? Just thinking about stuff like that can like keep you busy for a while.
discouraging, man. I'm not getting it on these mid-sized characters. I want to get it, you know? I want to get it.
Ooh. So kickstand, 10 minutes. Oh, I feel you, man. Oh yeah, man. You got to acclimate yourself to that sort of schedule now. I had to do the same thing when I started my job. Well, yeah, man. Got to wake up early, got to go to sleep early. I never did that when I was a kid. I burned the candle at both ends. And trust me, you feel the after effects from that after all those years. So I feel you, no problem. Get that sleep, get well rested,
Goddamn, dude.
pass those classes, and get out of school,
Yeah,
man.
I'm trying to use that. It's just tough.
But no biggie, I'm just redoing an old picture. This one, I'm gonna be redoing it, except in different steps. So you won't miss much. You know, hopefully I'll finish it tonight. So then, you know, maybe tomorrow or some other day you'll come back and see the fruits of all that labor.
Okay. Okay. All right, all right, all right.
Man, I keep breaking my lead. That's not good.
I'm getting it there, you know?
So let's see if we go like that.
I can't get the relaunch after now.
Then we go like that.
Good luck.
Boom. Boom.
I think I see what you mean.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, because I remember being in middle school and just even Adult Swim, I would wake up, or not even wake up, but I would just sneak out of bed and go to the other room on the opposite side of the house from my parents and watch Cowboy Bebop and all that. So that I wouldn't be going to bed until like hours after I was supposed to.
Doing the claw method, and it's starting to work, right? Yeah, I need a pause on the NK.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff gets rough, man. Yeah, sleep is
I'm
important.
understanding the gimmick a little bit more.
I'll never hold that against
The
anybody.
biggest thing is that you never want this. You like never want this one. This one is like what fucks it all up, right? For anyone that's good at this, you always want this one. It seems that way, right?
It seems that
That's like the
way.
answer. Like this is you fucked up. You might be able to recover if you fucked up with this, but the idea is you always want to be doing this. I see. I see. That's starting to make a lot more sense. Dude, sliding allows you to do shit like that? Holy shit.
So we're just going that way.
Classic Magneto? Can I super jump out of it? I don't think I can, right?
At some point, the wheels gotta start
I don't
touching
think I can super
down.
jump out of that one on the bottom, can I? It sits after slide. I can probably do this. I think that's all I get, yeah.
So same thing here,
Interesting.
there. Oh, gotta love perspective.
And that adds so much more difficulty to this is when you have to know you need to get this button. Super coming off the slide.
All right, take care, kickstand.
Sure.
Get that education.
No, it doesn't work. Okay, anyway. When you slide, you're already holding down. So I think I understand the claw version way better. You get the down A automatically since you're holding down to air dash. So
Right.
is the idea when I go up forward, right, like this, Justin? Is that okay, right? If I do this one,
Let's get a picture of
that
this.
one, I think the idea is on the way back down, I need to be doing that. Okay, okay. It needs to be this one. It can't be that shit.
Man, I wonder if the Justin that he's talking to is Justin Wong. That'd be crazy. Getting pointers from Justin Wong.
Going too fast. I had to slow it down, right? That's it. on the way down, get the delayed out one. Like something like that.
Okay. So we got that piece.
Yeah, you delay MK on the way down.
But
Okay.
then down
It's starting to roll
here,
together.
it's gonna black that out. Got that generator down here. Black that out.
That's right.
Oh, I'm watching Maximilian dude trying to do Magneto Infinites on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. He's been at it for 2 or 3 hours at this point. I was, you know, watching it before stream, and, you know, had me looking at sprites for a minute, looking at sprite art and looking at Magneto art, and I was just kind of looking at Capcom's art of Magneto. It's something that I think about all the time. You know, not just the idea of how dope it is that Capcom, a Japanese company, took on designing American comic, you know, superheroes and villains and things like that. But like, you know, like the Japanese art take on Americana like that. Like anytime I think about it in those terms, I'm just always like flabbergasted. And then that's when I get inspired to actually look at the artwork in like a different way. So yeah, I had that on, and I just been watching it for.
One hit up and two hit down.
How long have I been watching this? Let's see.
You can also do jump LK and then dash down LK MK.
2.5 hours. Shit.
Don't want to be too high. So 1 up, 2 down. Like that. Do 1 up and 2 down. Then you have to do LK MK first time, right? Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit.
Is it up, L, I'm sorry, up short immediately? Like you're...
Yeah, it's something that I do all the time, man, is looking at the sprites and the key art of, you know, like old classic video games and things like that. Just like, you know, as somebody who studied animation and all that stuff, it's kind of important, but also just seeing how they did it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, what they did is so good. It's so, there's a reason why it's like classic, you know? Because I look at that art and I'm like, man, how dope is that? And then you realize it's 30 years old. And then you can read a comic today. And then the comic art is, you know, depending on the artist. But if we're talking about Magneto, who's such a popular character, so many artists have like tried to tackle him. Or I shouldn't even say tried, but have tackled him. And it's like, you know, it's always going to be different than what, you know, the Japanese artists, video game artists did 30 years ago.
Okay, and then air dash down. Okay, yeah, that's what I was kind of doing.
So yeah, I'm just like really into that stuff. But yeah, just thinking about how they. When I was a kid, I got my art talent from my dad. Like he was an artist, he just never pursued it. And he had a friend when I was a real little kid, and like Street Fighter 2 was coming out and all that stuff. Uh, he had this friend of his stop by, and he started drawing like Street Fighter characters, like off the top of his head. It was the most ridiculous thing. It was so sprite accurate. Like he was just drawing it, but like he was drawing Blanca and E Honda like right in front of me. And I was just like, how's he making it look like the video game? Like it looks like they're like they're neutral poses or whatever you want to call them, you know? And ever since then, man, I've just been captivated by, I mean, just video game art in general.
Fuck, man.
So yeah, that's when, and then like it's been 30 years and video games have gone what they gone through, and not like sprite, game sprites are the end all be all. But man, there's definitely something to be said about them. So I often go back to it like almost daily, just looking at sprite art from various games. Like I would have been streaming earlier today had I not been like looking at Magneto sprites.
Imagine it well.
So yeah, just how strong Capcom's poses were. Their key frames, their key poses that they made for characters. I mean, it's insane. Even like looking at things like Juggernaut's sprite, and like if you ever like freeze frame some of his sprites, it's just like holy shit. The way that they would have to bend and break the anatomy in order to get those poses the way that they did. It's like, yo, like get out of here. And they were doing that so long ago. Oh yeah, but going back to what you were saying about like being on levels and stuff like that, like I would say I'm not even on that guy's level. Whoever that guy was, that my dad's friend who was like drawing those pictures, like I mean I could draw, like I can kind of draw off the top of my head these days, and I could draw what I think and make something look good. Like I could draw a Blanca or E Honda, but I'll never be able to like just off the top of my head draw their sprites.
Yeah, okay.
Unless I like spent who knows how much time like studying it and redoing it over and over and over. And it's like I don't have time for that. So it's you'll get there one day, man. You'll get to the place where you're like, oh, okay, I could draw on a level that's like pretty really, really good, really decent. It's good enough for you and what you want to accomplish. But yeah, it'll be different. Hopefully it'll be different from like other people.
Feeling it, man.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is just redraw other people's stuff, Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I think as artists, we all kind of want to draw our own stuff.
restand? What the fuck?
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's the goal, man. Get your own style. And, that's something that is just going to naturally develop. Like, for instance, uh, like my style is developed from what I did like years ago was as I was writing those stories, when I took 5 years off of doing art to write, and then when um, or even before that, holy shit, before I took the 5 years off to write a story, I went, my computer crashed in 2013. So what were we in 2021, and I've been drawing for about 2 years, so that's 2019. I would have been drawing again, and then 5 years writing, maybe 2000. Yeah, so there was a little bit of crossover, but after 2013, when my computer crashed, I had to like relearn traditional art. And so I started, because I was really good at pencils, but I sucked at inking, I sucked at markers, I didn't really know how to paint, even though I had painted, like I didn't know how to do it well. So because I didn't have Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that anymore, I started practicing, and I would take a year off and I would just focus on, I took 1 year to ink. So I would draw something with pencil really quick and then I would ink it, regardless of, the fact that the ink was going to mess up my pencils. Like I just, bit the bullet and did it. And then after that year, literally from January to December,
This is hard.
after that year, the next year I would be like, okay, now I'm gonna do markers. So instead of just like black ink, now I'm gonna do, you get the starter pack, you get the red, yellow, blue, green, purple, black, and brown. You get the starter kit. And then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna do markers. And then I had to learn how to use markers, which was super difficult because I was good with pencils, and pencils you have all these different colors, you could blend, you could like press hard or press light, and depending on how hard you press it, you'll get a different shade or tint of that color pencil. Markers, you get one shade, you get one flat shade. And I spent a year learning those. And then after the next year, I went into watercolors because I was like, okay, well, if markers is one flat color, let me turn down this. This music is mad loud. Okay, so then after
It's got a long ass video on it.
what is that? Delete that. Um, After the markers, I was like, okay, let me do watercolors because it's, the markers were water-based markers. So I was like, okay, watercolor ink should be just as well, but now I can control how, I could dilute the ink with water, and now I can get the gradations with ink like I can with color pencils. And then that's when I started getting into watercolors. And then, when I got into watercolors, I had to learn paint markers, so I can go over colors with other colors, because, sometimes I didn't want something to blend. Kind of like how I use the white paint markers to go over things. Sometimes, like, things like that. So everything just took step by step by step by step. And then just naturally over time, I learned to apply those techniques that I learned and make them, work for me. I didn't study anybody else's style. I didn't look at another artist doing watercolor paints. I didn't look at another artist doing inks per se. I would look at other art, but I wouldn't try to pick up their technique. I would just look at their art and then imagine how they did it, and then I would try to do it. And then if I ever really struggled with something because I wasn't getting the result that I wanted, then I probably looked something up. And then that's when I pick up little techniques like just flicking like little shades like that. When it's like, oh, you can color a little bit and then flick it out. Color a little bit, then flick it out. And then all of a sudden you get like these little things, like little techniques you pick up. And then I start applying that to all the colors, and then it helps me blend, and it's like, holy shit. You got to learn about textures and getting like different textures with things. Like hair is going to be different from leather, things like that. Glass is going to have like reflection and refractions and stuff. Um, so yeah, your style just naturally comes over time, especially if you try to avoid doing what other people are doing. But obviously, we're all working with the same material and same mediums. Yeah, definitely, man. Uh, that the guy who was in here earlier, Kickstand, we've been trying to get him on my Discord. It's been a struggle. I have a Discord channel, and he wants to start sending me like the stuff that he works on because he makes Fakemon, like Pokemon, but fake Pokemon or something like that. And he talks about them all the time. He's like, yo, I'm like, you should show me these things sometimes. So I have a Discord channel. Um, on Discord, I'm Gmsa Drew. The hashtag number is 5055. Let me I can probably type it in, right? Can I type it in? Can I type it in here? No? Oh well. Or can I type it in here? No? Okay. Well, either way, we could always talk about it later. But yeah, I have a Discord channel that I'm trying to like kind of get some activity going on it, and I figured that's probably the perfect way for you guys to kind of show me your stuff. Yeah, I'm also on Instagram, Gmr. Drew. The link is probably in my bio. Like, if you see the little Instagram link in my homepage or something on Twitch. But same name, Gmr. Drew, everywhere. But yeah, going back to style, like style can change now that I have all those techniques and things. Like, for instance, just I love talking about these most recently. That's why I'm working on what I'm working on now. Is this one? I didn't use black ink. I mean, there's a little bit of black ink in there, but really there's not that much black ink. Like maybe like right here, right there, and on the inside of the collar, and maybe some like little outlining with the micro pen around the face just to sharpen up some of the features. But other than that, there's no real black ink in this picture. And then this one, I used black ink before I put in the markers. So this is me using markers from light colors to dark colors. And then this one was me inking with black ink first over my pencils, and then going over the black ink with colored markers. And you could see like there's different results. Like this one's a lot darker just because I'm applying black ink to the shadows immediately rather than slowly bringing the shade values out over time. And yeah, man, it's but it's similar techniques, so it's just rearranging the steps from light to dark to light sort of thing. And yeah, that could play with your style a lot as well. So you could pick up a few things.
They start going higher and higher and higher. If you do it too fast.
But yeah, it's interesting stuff, man. I get all the art books. I after going to college, I went to a college that kind of promised a 96% chance that you'd work in your industry, and that college isn't open anymore. They kind of just took everyone's money and ran. And only one person I know in all 4 years that I went to college. Only one person really made it into the industry, in their field, you know, and everybody else is still struggling, scrambling, trying to figure it out, you know. And yeah, it sucks, you know, myself included. I did graphic design for 10 years, and that's how I got good at with like and familiar with digital art and things like that, was just through graphic design. But you know, I didn't study graphic design. I learned that on the job. Um, you know how to make like print things and uniforms and vehicle wraps and all that other stuff. Uh, that's stuff that I never studied. I just kind of learned it professionally on the go, you know, do or die style. And all I've ever wanted to do was work in the animation industry. But what I'm getting at is, oh yeah, you know, I was learning that stuff while I was teaching myself traditional art at home. And then I started learning how to implement my traditional art to my digital stuff. And then at the same time, I'm studying like comic art and how comic artists do their things. And in recent years, what I've been looking at is like manga art, because I never read manga before. And I started reading it like, you know, maybe in the last couple of years. Whenever in One Piece, when Luffy fought Katakuri, I saw a bunch of stuff in the news, like, you know, like in news articles online about Luffy fighting Katakuri, and it was this big deal, and people were making a whole bunch of noise about it. And when that stuff was happening, that's when I said, okay, I'll start reading One Piece then. And I started reading One Piece, and now I'm like really appreciating black and white ink, and you know, just black and white art, and how the that manga actually kind of, you know, how the artwork is so good. You know, it's so stylized, like the characters and everything like that. It's not. That's why I love One Piece, man. I fucking love that show. But now I love the manga. It's wild.
I feel like right around 11 hits, I like switch sides, you know, and it gets all messed up. All the quality of life improvements you'd like them to add.
Scat?
There was a Marvel 2
SCAD? I don't know what scat is.
rematch option, as
Oh,
well
never
as
mind. Sorry, I was finding your IG. Don't consider yourself an artist, but I know someone who'd love to explain here and that stuff. Yeah, send them my way, man, or send them over here. Yeah, thanks, man. You know, it's all learned. I mean, fortunately, I was in second grade when I learned I could draw. So I started drawing really early on, and I started drawing for kids' lunch money really early on. Um, so they say that you're not a professional until you get paid, and I was getting paid in elementary school. Like kids were giving me their lunch money for me to draw them like Looney Tunes and Dragon Ball Z and shit like that. And yeah, like like I've been at it for a long time, so I got lucky with it. And I guess that's where the passion comes from. Like that's probably why. Is just because I spent most of my life thinking about it. I have a, you know, for instance, I just recently meaning like in the last couple of years, I bought the Calvin and Hobbes, like the entire collection of Calvin and Hobbes. It's like I don't even know how many years. It's probably like 20 years worth of that little comic strip. And the reason why I bought it was because my best friend in elementary school, he was really into it, and I always loved it. Um, but because it was his stuff, I never got into it. Like I never got into it as a kid because he had all the books and the artwork and things like that. So I got into it through him. And then after, people grow up and, friends come and go, da 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 da. Um, One day I was just sitting there thinking about it. I was like, wait, why don't I go buy those Calvin and Hobbes books? And then that's when I looked it up and that's when I found it. And now I have it and I'm still going through it. Like I haven't read through all of it yet, but I've been going through it and I even look at that stuff. And that was a newspaper comic book or a newspaper comic strip, you know? And even that it's masterful work. And I look at that to study layouts the same way that I look at One Piece today. I look at it to study the layout of the black and white ink and how they're able to make a scene clear. So from time to time I'll be on the stream and I'll pull out these books and I'll actually show like the visual as I'm talking about it, so that way I can kind of convey the message a little bit better. But right now I just I want to get this piece over and done with. Yeah, so I just learned to love a lot of it, you know, a whole lot of art, whole bunch of styles, whole bunch of mediums. I was in a hospital paralyzed. Oh my God. Holy shit. I hope you got, well, man, did you get all your body back? Did Was it kind of like Kill Bill? You had to wiggle your toe?
You really gotta let them like float way above them.
Most of it. Holy shit. Damn, dude. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad you bounced back though. That's awesome. I mean, not so awesome that it happened, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, he's still trying to get this Magneto Infinite off. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I always get thrown 11 because I'm going too goddamn fast. Hmm.
Oh man, he's always telling you to wiggle your toe. Yeah, that's amazing, man. You know, I imagine that gives you a lot of I don't know, thankfulness or something. You know what I mean? Like gives you another outlook, a new, or gave you a new outlook, however long ago it was. You know?
Cheese man.
I mean, not that it's the same thing, but like back in 2006, I had a kidney stone,
Okay.
and it was the size of a dime.
Every single time I look at that rhythm,
You know, most of the times when you hear about people who have kidney stones, they'll be like the size of a rice grain. I had one the size of a dime. And yeah, it was not fun. And I had to like
try it off with Psylocke. I'm kind of curious about this.
drink water from that point forward. To this day, I'm always drinking water. Like lemon water. It's been what? 2006, so it's been 15 years. So for the past 15 years, I religiously drink water, where back in the day I never would. Like, you know, I was drinking iced tea and all that other shit. But yeah, man, just those hospitalizations, they'll get you right.
Yeah, the dash is counting as this one, this button right here. Oh, it sounded like there was a slight delay to the super jump, I see. Jeez, man. Weird that's not comboing right there, right? That's not comboing right there. Damn. They removed all the frames of animation from this fucking move. Look at all the frames of animation they took out.
Yeah, exactly. At least we're not dead.
Make sure you're above them when you air dash down, but when you air dash down, you have to immediately light kick. I see.
Yeah, I've had a few hospitalizations. Cracked my head open when I was a baby. My uncle left some beer out. I drank beer and ended up like getting alcohol poisoning when I was like, you know, a year and a half old. Broke my arm. I said cracked my skull open. My brother was pushing me on a swing, and I ended up falling, cracking my skull. So I got stitches in the back of my head when I was a baby. I drowned when I was a baby. I like should have died a few times when I was a baby. and I survived it all. And because I was a kid, I don't have any memory of that stuff. That's all stuff that I just have to like rely on my family to be like, oh yeah, that happened. So yeah, you always got to be thankful and be like, oh yeah, I guess any of us can go at any moment.
High enough. Yeah. I mean, I
So
get
just be
it.
grateful for all of it. Um, yeah, there we go. All right.
The normal method is super jump up, forward, super jump down, forward. With side, it can be done straight up and down. So is it really up, forward, and then down, forward? Really? Damn. My game is like dropping FPS. It's not showing, but it definitely is. Very weird. 1 second. Turn VSync off. 1 second. Doesn't seem to do much. Doesn't seem to do much. Try dash and kick. I mean, I do have that, right? That's kind of what I've been doing. Is this. You know?
What are we looking at? There we go.
Whee! It's like I see the timing and it feels like I'm hitting it, you know? It really does. Okay.
Oh yeah, you twitch a lot. You twitch a lot. That doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? Are you gaming a lot, or what are you doing?
It's crazy how it's like very different for a lot of characters. Send in a mark in the video on a helpful tip.
Exactly. Okay? And also, once you get familiar, once you get the hang of it, you can actually control the speed. You don't have to follow the speed. But you can actually make it slow. Let me see if I can do it. You see, that's very different. That's like tap, 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 tap.
Interesting.
You see, that's very different.
Interesting. That's weird. That's weird. And it's actually working that way, you know? Hmm.
Alright. This is supposed to.
Feels like it should be so easy, but it's not. Because that's the problem, is that if you delay that medium kick, man.
Nice, but are you streaming art? It is a good outlet. Like, I found Twitch through, the guy that I'm watching now, Maximilian Dude. I watched his YouTube channel. I was watching his playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, it was so good. I was just like, you know what? If this guy's playing live, let me check him out.
Dash and attack, you know?
So I started watching him live since then. And, yeah, I saw... I just saw what Twitch was, and I was just like, oh, you know what? This is actually kind of dope. Like, I could stream my art on here, because I used to stream it, back before my computer crashed. I would stream it onto YouTube. Or I don't even think I was streaming. I think I was just recording and uploading onto YouTube back in 2013. You can watch some really old videos of me, really poorly lit. Old videos. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So all I use, I have a tablet that I record with.
Flaw.
And yeah, man, I just record directly from my tablet. Now I want to do it like bigger and better. I'd rather get like a proper camera and things like that. But until then, I'll just color this in.
The claw needs to be faster. So I need to come out of that quicker. The button faster. Like that, right?
Haha. Nice. Yeah, I was really inspired by this Maximilian dude, you know? Like I'm often watching him on my, while I stream in the background and things like that. Like, since he has so much content that he puts out there, and it's all, a lot of it is Capcom related. I'm a big Capcom fan, so it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. Sometimes I always wonder. I'm like, man, I wonder if I'm on his nuts too much. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy the content, and I can't exactly play music with and upload these things onto YouTube and without getting DMCA'd. So it kind of just works for me.
Oh God, destroyed it. Oh God, destroyed it.
But yeah, man, Twitch is cool, man. It was kind of what I was setting out to do. Is just meet people. Same as you. Meet people, get people who are into the same thing that I'm into, show people, teach people how to do some stuff, like,
So I just have to delay the okay going up a bit.
Teach people how to do art if they care to, like, learn or, like, how do you do this? How do you do that?
Yes, that's it.
I mean, it's also to, like,
Yeah, I feel like I am delaying
document
quite a bit.
the everything that I'm working on right now. It's all for like documentation, so it's also doing that for me. Yeah, so maybe one day I may actually inspire people to make their own mangas and things like that, like I'm doing. They could just go back and watch these things and see all the work that goes into it, as far as characters, environments, props, concept creation, character boards, all that stuff. That way I could work on the things that I love and kind of give back at the same time. Damn. Well, yeah, you could definitely come on here and talk. Sometimes I actually have stuff to say. Like, I'll come on here. Like, I wondered yesterday I didn't stream because I ended up using my free time to watch Suicide Squad. And I wondered, like, am I going to come on and talk about the movie at all? I mean, it was a great movie. I loved it. Really don't have anything to say, per se.
Too much time between the dash down and the light kick. Try to hit the dash and the kick at the same time. if I do like the dash to kick really fast, he goes down crazy quick, you know? It's up for me to like slow it down if I do it really fucking quick, right? Jesus, man. Even seeing the timing and seeing exactly what you should be doing is still really tough.
Oh my god. Talking about the second movie, man. And you know, little secret about me, I actually liked the first Suicide Squad. To the point where I've actually like began to like rewrite it in my head how I think it ought to go. But not because I think that the movie's bad. Like I really like it. I like Jared Leto's Joker. I like it all. Like I see there's a bunch of consistencies. Like I hear everybody, you know, who like have a problem with it and they don't like it. Like I see where they're coming from. I still like the movie. You know. But yeah, I'm talking about the newest Suicide Squad. So good.
Right? Many hours, many days, many weeks, many months, and you'll get it. Yeah, hands are starting to get to me. Hands are starting to get to me. A little bit.
Yeah, I love it. I just think about him, like, here's the thing about Jared Leto Joker. Like, he had, like, the gold fronts, for instance, you know? Like, he had the gold teeth or metallic teeth, whatever you want to call it. He had the mouthpiece, he had the grill. And you look at Joker in the comics, he has yellow teeth. It's like, yeah, he just interpreted that as he has gold fronts. Like, if he's supposed to be playing the biggest gangster, which he does, because he has like a whole clown crew everywhere. You know, anytime you ever see the Joker, he always has like little minions and shit like that. Those are also people. So he's a guy who has people following him, and he does crime. He's a fucking, he's you know, he's a crime lord. He's a boss. He's a gangster. Another thing that I always think about when it comes to his Joker is he's the first one that we get with Harley Quinn. Now, something that you got to think about is the fact that Joker seduces Harley Quinn. That's how she ends up being his girl.
see.
You know, he does it however he does it. And he has to have some sort of sex appeal in order to do that. And that's something that I think a lot of people miss. Is like, Joker has to have some sort of sexy to him if he's gonna get a girl like Harley to give up being a decent person to a crazy, person, essentially. To transform and turn that girl the way he did, like, stuff had to go into that. And I was like, yeah, Jared Leto's Joker is perfect for that. You know, you try to think of like Heath Ledger's Joker. Could a girl ever fall in love with him? No. You know, any of the other Jokers, it's like I don't see it happening. But his, it makes sense to me. It makes sense for that world. It made sense for everything. The only thing that I kind of like hate is that I'm not going to ever see him and Ben Affleck kind of really go at it. Like, they had that scene in Justice League, but other than that, like, we never get to see him and Ben Affleck, like, and their relationship, you know, and their back and forth. Yeah, that's something I wish we could have got. But, Warner Brothers is trying to figure it out, I guess. But I love his Joker, man. As good as it is, as bad as it is, it's like, yo, you got to have an insane person with sex appeal. And, Jared Leto, he could play a crazy person. We've seen that. And he has sex appeal. We know that. Good luck finding somebody else who could do it convincingly. I know. I love it. I love it when he purrs at him. I love it when he wears all the flashy shit. I love all that shit. Like, he's a guy in a comic book. He runs around in a purple suit. That's not somebody who's trying to be discreet. That's somebody who shows the fuck out. Just like these rappers wearing everything that they could wear, it's like they show the fuck out. Like, and yeah, he's gonna purr at people because he don't give a fuck. Like, he's gonna do whatever he wants. Like, that kind of shows you, like, oh, yeah, I don't want to mess with that person.
I want to try something that actually worked. Hold on.
Like, that's not someone you want to mess with who can not only have a gang with him, he has a guy with a machete who has his back. Yeah, he could purr at anybody at that point. Even Batman, but Batman's gonna do something about it. But anybody else, like, I don't know, it just made sense to me. I loved it. I don't know why it was so bad. Or, taken so poorly.
Let's go faster.
But yeah, I've begun to rewrite that movie in my head so that way I can kind of make a better version of it. At least just for my own headcanon. And not even get crazy with it, just like literally rewrite like the story that we got, just take those elements and then like kind of place the pieces however I need to in order to make something decent out of it. But yeah. Exactly. Another thing that I want to see in a live action movie is the Funhouse stuff. Like my thing with Batman growing up was the animated series, and Joker always had a hideout. He always had a warehouse that was like full of bombs and fireworks and a circus. Like I want to see him pull marbles out that explode, or to drop marbles that trip up Batman, make him slip while he's chasing him. You know what I mean? Slide into some bombs and shit. I want to see the piranha.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? In the Harley Quinn movie, we got the hyena. We got one of the hyenas at least. Like I love it. Like that's the shit I love. Like give me the ridiculous shit.
I'm getting to like 19 or 20, and that's about it.
So yeah, I'm into it. And regardless of whatever happens in the future, I mean, at least we got what we got, and then it's gonna go wherever it goes. I don't, who knows?
Compared to the speed, you can do this as fast as you want.
But yeah, it was so poorly received. I doubt we'll get anything kind of like that for a while. And then we're always getting who is it, Mark Hamill, who voices him in the cartoons. Like he's always just gonna be the voice of him, which makes sense. That's great.
Shit.
But yeah, I fucking love Suicide Squad Joker.
Oh, sometimes it pushes you really far away.
He needs to wear a banana hammock and never acknowledge it. Yeah, exactly.
Shit, man. Shit.
There we go. Let's erase that. Let's erase that. Erase all that.
Oh, I want to get this started so bad. Woo, buddy.
There we go.
Oh, bad dash. Hella bad dash. How many ROM reps am I going for? I'm gonna have to revisit ROM reps, man. Like the delay timing is what's killing me right now, and I have to like learn the control of the sweet spot. The sweet spot where you have to get them in the juggle and shit. It's actually really hard. That shit is difficult. I was able to get a bit more consistent loops on someone like Sentinel.
Is it 1 a.m.? Shit. How long have I been streaming?
Right.
going on 2 hours. And I'm pretty much done with the pencils. I'm getting ready to start inking. And like I said, I'll probably be inking on the next video. I'll probably like cut this one off just so I can like, you know, keep the edit. And then,
Sentinel, it's like, I got this timing and it feels good, but against the regular characters, so like regular body characters.
and then yeah, I'll start, you know, the next stream in like a few minutes. I'm not really gonna take a break. I might like refill my water or something, but I'm just gonna keep going. It's 1 o'clock here. I'm East Coast time. I'm in Florida. You know, I'm like Florida man.
Yeah, every character's got different hitboxes. Like, characters have different weights as well, and everyone has like a specific sweet spot that you kind of got to go for.
Go. This. EST here, yeah. That's what's up, man. Check out your stream. Hey, thanks for that, man.
A jungle period, right? Where you have to,
You know, I remember you raided me that one time, man, so I really appreciate it. You shooting people over my way, that's hella support, man. It's more than I deserve.
Get that, it just doesn't work.
EST makes it easier since my viewers know I stream at 2 p.m. Yeah. Something that I consider is just like I don't mind streaming later. Like I'm gonna probably be streaming until like 5 a.m. or something. And you know, it's just because there's like all the way down to West Coast time, you know, people can catch me. So it's like kind of makes sense when you're Eastern to be able to work later, things like that. So yeah, I'm just trying to get the last finishing touches of shading here. And then once I do, I'll cut this stream off.
Well, buddy.
Well, what you gonna do? You're I don't know, maybe I'll see you later on. I don't know. See you in the next one within like, you know, a few minutes after this.
You saying Dreamcast and modern controller? If so, which one? No, not actually. This is technically on emulation.
Here we go.
What?
What is this? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Marvel 2 was actually, I think, the first game to use this style of training room. I think so. The grid style.
Yeah, I know. I got a crap schedule too. Fortunately, I have like today and tomorrow off, so. But you know, I try to keep the same work hours. So that way, I just keep my body acclimated to you know, basically working night shift.
Is it in the corner? Oh, press. Right. Oh, buddy. CBS was out way before NBC2. Not that much. Literally 1 year. Less than 1 year. Yeah, because CBS was the mark of the millennium. Or technically, right? That was like 99, 2000. And Marvel was also 2000. Actually, no, they were around the same time. CBS was out arguably right around the same time as Marvel. I have to go back and check. Oh, you were trolling. Good.
Oh, you were trolling. Good. Oh, nice. What's up? Uh-oh. I hope that works out, man. Unfortunately, I'm about to end this stream, but I'm going to be back on within a matter of minutes. I'm literally going to cut this off, refill my water, and then jump back on to start inking. I just want to be able to, like, you know, separate the video so that way this will be the pencils video, and then I'll do the inking video, and then
I don't remember what the heck I was just practicing in the corner before I started.
and then do the coloring video after that with the markers and all that.
Yeah, this timing is naturally lends itself to being a lot easier. Was it the normal jump infinite? Yeah, you're right, it was this.
Effective. Oh, nice. The trademark.
Does that not work on Sentinel? Ship. Seems like it might be kind of hard to set it up from that, weirdly enough. Ship. slowing down. Anybody see that? The slowdown, or is it just me?
What the hell is that from? Oh.
Shit, man.
These out.
You're not doing the normal jump infinite, by the way? Oh, I know. That's just. Is this not the normal jump infinite?
Woo.
Is that not it? What's the normal jump infinite?
All right.
I think I actually admit defeat on this.
Well, cool, man.
Confident thing. I got some stuff done, and I made a lot of progress with like day 1 Magneto. But
Yeah, you know, try to get some sleep. Get that. I mean, I put on like rain. Those 10-hour videos of rain falling sometimes to go to sleep.
This is one of those infinites that looks like, oh, that's not so bad.
It's all good. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I got some pencils done. So far, so good. And next video, we are going to ink this. And then inking is gonna be a whole nother process just to like define this a little bit better. And then after that, we'll do some coloring. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, man. Thanks for stopping by, Kickstand. Good night. And Fly Guy, maybe I'll see you in the next one. And for everyone else, man, thank you for watching. And yeah, man. Be back in a little bit. Peace.